Hello, everyone. Super nice to see that we have three companies that registered to our matchmaking session and that also joined today. This session is organized under the hat of the EIC Innovation Procurement Program, and I will guide you through the InnoMatch, which is basically organizing the main organizer of this matchmaking session, and we'll present you afterwards. We'll give the floor afterwards to our colleague Ricardo from Spin for EIC. This is the second component of the EIC Innovation Procurement Program, and he will present more about the benefits and opportunities that you can get from Spin for EIC as well. But coming back to InnoMatch, what is InnoMatch? This is a project under the umbrella, under the head of the Innovation Procurement Program of the European Innovation Council. It will run until September 2027, and with the main aim to support the pilot testing or proof of concept demonstration of innovative solutions provided by innovative suppliers, EIC Awardees, for buyers. Public or private customers. Each pilot will run for 6 months within the 12-month InnoMatch program, if selected. As a result of the InnoMatch project implementation, we will support 38 pilots with up to 60,000 euro per pilot or proof of concept. What is InnoMatch about? InnoMatch is about the risking innovation procurement. How do we do that? By providing the opportunity for the buyer to test before invest. InnoMatch aims at the potential procurement after the POC or the pilot is successfully deployed, and I have to mention here that InnoMatch is not dealing with the innovation procurement process itself. This is something that Spin for EIC project initiative is tackling, and again, as I've mentioned, my colleague Ricardo will explain more. Long story short, about InnoMatch. InnoMatch aims to trigger the innovation procurement by providing this direct funding to pilots or POCs, and also by providing additional support and guidance throughout the pilot deployment, with the main aim of the potential deployment of the solution if it proves to be successful. What are the benefits for both the suppliers and the buyers? Apart from the financial support, which is up to 60,000 euro per POC and pilot, there are also other very important benefits for the suppliers. This is access to strategic customers, for sure. You will have the opportunity to test, improve, validate your solution with the support of the buyer and within the buyer premises. And InnoMatch will give you eventually a potential to adopt for early adoption of your solution. For the buyers, there are also benefits such as you will have the chance to address free of charge your innovation challenge. You will be able to collaborate with top-notch companies that we are selecting within our open calls. And thus, you will, as I've already mentioned, will have the chance to the risks, this pilot in your case, because we are providing the funding. On top of this, other benefits such as the matchmaking, the session that we're having today, are available for both the supplier and the buyer, networking, promotion, and visibility throughout the duration of the InnoMatch program, again for both the supplier and the buyer. And not least, you will be guided, supported in your InnoMatch program journey. Once you're selected and you enter the InnoMatch program, you will be supported by an InnoMatch expert. So this is it in very short, in a nutshell, about InnoMatch. And now I will give the floor to Ricardo, who will present a bit more about Spin for EIC and the opportunities for both the buyers and the suppliers there. Ricardo, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Sheena, for the presentation of InnoMatch, one of the two components of the EIC Innovation Procurement Program. And now I'm going to say a few words about SPIN for EIC, which is the other component. The main objective of SPIN for EIC in general is quite broad and is fostering the innovation procurement ecosystem in Europe. So we offer different kinds of services, both to the demand and the supply side of innovation procurement, and both with a private and a public angle, a European and a global non-European angle. If we look at the demand side, we organize pitching events where public and private buyers can present a challenge that they have, and EIC awardees can pitch their solution to that challenge. Something similar to what we're having today, but kind of the reverse concept. Then we have assistance to public buyers. This is more for public buyers, but also for them, sometimes it's difficult to navigate all of the different rules of innovation procurement. So we help them figuring out how to best buy innovation. On the supply side, we have again pitching events just from the perspective of EIC awardees, and we support and train EIC awardees with pitching anytime that they need to pitch their solution to public or private buyers. But most importantly, we have our academies, which are training programs on innovation procurement, our toolkit, so a list of written documents which you can consult explaining what innovation procurement is from a lot of different angles, R&D, non-R&D, public, private, global, with specific country chapters on different countries. And then we have assistance. So one-on-one assistance to EIC awardees. This is more or less the overview of our services. At the heart of it is the Spin for EIC community, both on the EIC community website and on LinkedIn. If we look at the next slide, and just to mention that within the course of the webinar, I will be sharing all of the links to all of these activities, but I know that you will also receive the slides, so you can also click on the different links. Our main call to action for you today, if you are an EIC awardee, we highly recommend you sign up for our assistance services and our academy. As I was saying before, assistance is really tailored one-to-one assistance to EIC awardees. You can tell us what your innovation procurement needs are. For example, if you're looking for buyers, we can help you with market scan. We can help you find relevant buyers and partners and put you in contact with them. If you have identified a specific tender opportunity and you want to understand the terms of reference, what kind of legal consequences participating to a specific tender would have, what the IP angle would be if you win a contract with a buyer, we can do a quality check of your bid, help you with bid planning. If pitching or presentations and PowerPoints are involved, we can train you for that and help you with that from a quality perspective. So any innovation procurement need that you have, regardless of whether or not you have already identified your buyers or specific tenders, we can help you with that. And here you find the QR code, and I will put the link in the chat in a second. Secondly, we have the academies. Like I was saying, they are fully online training programs. Our next academy is from the 20th to the 22nd of April, and you can sign up by the 27th of March. There is a QR code, but we'll also put the link in the chat in a second. At the Academy, we really cover the basics of innovation procurement. So if you heard of topics such as pre-commercial procurement or a proof of concept, a pilot, or intellectual property, you want to understand better what all these concepts mean. And this is really what the Academy is for. We have a 3 days program. The first one is really a deep dive starting from the basics about what innovation procurement is, as well as all the different legal frameworks. The second one is about case studies. So from a global and a European perspective, from a private and a public perspective, we have other EIC awardees as well as potentially buyers presenting their case with innovation procurement. Then there is some discussion, some tips and tricks, and the whole idea is for you to really learn from the experiences of other EIC awardees and startups and kind of understand how innovation procurement can shape your company's strategy. The last day is a deep dive on Asian markets because we also know that EIC awardees look beyond Europe, but going beyond Europe can be even more difficult in a way because you are not really sure where to find information, what the legal frameworks are, what happens with your IP. So we dive deep into specific countries. Finally, for buyers, we support buyers accessing a network of more than 6,000 of the most innovative European startups, such as some of you. So all the EIC awardees. We have a LinkedIn group that's really the heart of our community. If you are a buyer, you can join the LinkedIn group. You can contact us with your needs. We can set up a call, and in case you want to be put in contact with EIC awardees, we can make that happen. Similarly, we also have a catalog with a selection of some of the innovative solutions that our EIC awardees offer. Again, this is just a selection, but if you're looking for specific innovations, we are really happy to look into our portfolio of companies and see if we can link you with some of them. I think this is my last slide. Thank you very much for your attention. I will be putting all of the links. If you have any questions, I will be happy to reply.
Yeah, I do actually.
Oh,
Hi.
yeah, please. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Hi, Pavel Nazarovs, CTO of NACO. Two questions. You mentioned the support for EIC awardees, and does it kind of relate only to the topic of the EIC project? We have specific EIC project about like a membrane. Is it only about this product, or for example, if we have like a internal innovation, you can also help with that because we used to be, EIC awardees. How does it work?
So basically, we can help you with anything that has to do with innovation procurement. So if you're looking for buyers, or if you have identified a tender opportunity, we can help you with your bid. But if it's more like internal transformation, I'm not sure I get the example that you were making. Um,
No, I mean, when basically the companies, when they apply for AIC, right, they have a specific product in mind.
mhm.
And then they, depending on this, is it bias finder, accelerator, and so on, they achieve different stages. But they receive this kind of status, EIC awardee, whatever. And the question was, so is this program only to help basically work with the product that was developed within EIC project, or is it like we can come up with the different innovations and you will still help us?
No, okay, and now I see what you mean. I think we can help you with all of your projects,
Okay.
all of your products, because at the end of the day, the EIC awardee is the specific company. So if you have an innovation that we can help you put on the market, that can be within the scope of our program.
Mhm.
But maybe we can also check on our one by one cases. So if you could send us an email, and I will put my contact details in the
Mhm.
chat. We can set up a one-on-one call and we can further discuss it perhaps.
Mhm. And for the second question regarding the Asian market, um, so basically, I would say for us, it's we don't get the position of EU on the Asian market and the collaboration with Asian companies. So in this case, you seem to be open to it, right? So you help also to get procurement from Asian markets.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a global angle to our both our academy where we kind of explain how to enter some Asian markets and how innovation procurement works there, but also from the assistance angle. We have assisted companies submitting bids in many different countries.
Mm.
Colombia, Honduras, no, those were for the academy, like India, UK, US, Australia. So yeah, we're definitely able to help you with going global outside of Europe.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
And maybe one important mention on my end as well, that all the companies that are involved in InnoMatch, both the suppliers, EIC awardees, and the buyers, can benefit from a direct access to the SPIN for EIC services. So if you're interested, do reach out to the colleagues from SPIN for EIC, and you will have a direct access to those services that, if correct me if I'm wrong, Ricardo, that will run until this summer of this year, August 2026. Carolina, if you allow me, I will proceed directly
Yes, I was about to
with the
say, please
open
go
call.
ahead. Yeah.
Thanks, with the open call for EIC awardees, and this is the connection to the today's matchmaking session. This is directly linked to the matchmaking and to the innovation challenge that EH Group will be presenting a bit later. But now about the open call that is based on this open innovation challenge of the buyer EH Group. So back in the times, a few months ago, we've launched a call for buyers. EH Group, which we'll be presenting later today, was one of the buyers selected by InnoMatch. Their innovation, unmet innovation need, was polished with the support of the InnoMatch team into an innovation challenge. That innovation challenge is now looking for the right supplier. We have in total 4 innovation challenges by 4 buyers. One of them, as I've already mentioned, is EH Group. This matchmaking session is to support the right supplier and the buyer EH Group to match, and the supplier to apply to this open call for EIC awardees that we have now running until April 17th. So if you're selected, you will enter the InnoMatch program, which will run for 12 months, and you will be able to deploy your pilot or proof of concept within 6 months. What is important to know about this open call? Apply before April 17th. This is the deadline. This is when the call closes. All applicants to this open call, all potential suppliers for the EH Group challenge, must be Horizon Europe EIC awardees, and I'll focus on that a bit later. As I've mentioned, for pilots or proof of concepts will be awarded with up to 60,000 euro within this open call. We have 4 thematic areas, 4 challenges, 4 buyers. Featured in this open call. One of them is EH Group. And now going back to the eligibility. We are only funding proposals submitted by EIC awardees that have signed a contract or grant with the Commission within the duration of the Horizon Europe program, within the Horizon Europe program period. This is very important. And under any of the following instruments: EIC Pathfinder, Transition, EIC Accelerator, or companies that are EIC prize winners. This is very important for this open call. Then in the open call guidelines, you will find detailed information about the eligibility of the companies, but also on the evaluation criteria. We have 4 evaluation criteria. Number 3, commitment, is the criteria with the biggest weight. So one of the most important criteria, but let's start with alignment and impact. This must be Under these criteria, you should ensure that the application aligns with the call objectives and the solution is focused on the buyer's age group challenge, innovative challenge. The second one, the excellence, is where the applicants must demonstrate the technical soundness of their solution and must elaborate a bit more on its feasibility, scalability, and present the overall measurement model for the proposed solution. The commitment, as I've mentioned, is the one with the biggest weight. The applicants must explain how the challenge of the buyers aligns with their business strategy. And the fourth one, team and implementation, is where the applicants must detail and provide evidence that the team of the supplier has the necessary skills, infrastructure, management experience to implement the proposed pilot. So more details are again available in the call guidelines, but also in the proposal template. The proposal template you can find on the InnoMatch website, on the Open Call web page on the InnoMatch website, along with the other two documents that are important to consider at application stage. The Open Call guidelines, very important document detailing everything, describing everything in depth, and the application form. This is only a read-only file with the questions that you will find in the online application form. You're submitting your applications online through the F6S platform and attaching, of course, the filled-in proposal template. There are other documents available on the website. You can download and check them, such as the sub-grant agreement that the selected companies, the suppliers sign once they're selected. If they're selected, the action plan template that you will have to fill in detail before you start the pilot deployment. And the memorandum of understanding is another interesting template, and it's worth checking before application, which you will sign, the supplier will sign together with the buyer before starting the pilot deployment. So all the documents are available on the website again, as well as the timeline. This is an indicative timeline of the Open Call. We've launched it mid-February, as I've already mentioned. It will close on April 17th. Then we'll follow up with the eligibility check of the applicants and with the evaluation and selection phase. And hopefully by June, we'll start contracting the selected companies, the selected suppliers. At the end, some Open Call tips, important things. Do check all the Open Call documents, the guidelines, the proposal template carefully before you start filling it in. Make sure that there is no conflict of interest, and also please do make sure that there is no double funding of your solution. So meaning that your solution has not been already funded by the Commission in any other project or initiative, like the same solution. And do not forget to attach your proposal template and finally apply online on the F6S platform. I think we can give the floor to our buyer.
Okay, yeah. So welcome everyone. We're EH Group based in Switzerland. We work on the R&D manufacturing of fuel cells and hydrogen products and related services. So we're a leader in hydrogen fuel cell solutions and founded in 2017 with a mission to replace fossil fuels. Basically, yeah, worldwide, and thereby contributing to solving the global carbon emission problem. Our technology is based on a unique microstructure in stack design, which we do in-house, that allows us to optimize performance, power density, and also reducing costs. And we work mainly for marine aviation and stationary applications such as data centers worldwide. Here are some of our people. So we have Marit, who is the technical director, and Christopher, who is the commercial director. Then we have our lead fuel cell developer, Alexander, and myself working on safety, reliability, and certification. We're a team of roughly 25 people doing both development and production in Switzerland. So yeah, then the problem statement. As a stack manufacturer, we rely on suppliers for delivering state-of-the-art high-performance components to be used in our stack and systems, for which the most critical component is the CCM, so the catalyst-coated membrane. So they are the heart of the fuel cell, enabling us to do electrical chemical reactions, and thanks to these reactions, we can convert basically hydrogen and air into electrical energy. For this, we need to rely really on the CCMs, which have as objective, we now have to lower the platinum loading by utilizing recent developed CCM and production technologies such as vacuum coating and so on. So yeah, we're looking for a solution based on manufacturing methods which are capable of ramping up for large-scale productions. And the goal is to, in the end, help scale zero emissions by implementing fuel cells in the field by cutting platinum usage without sacrificing basically durability or performance. If we then look at our functional requirements, then we have at first the low platinum loading. So we want to achieve a platinum loading smaller than 0.25 milligrams per centimeter square. We want a high beginning of life performance, so at least 1.5 amps per centimeter square at a voltage of 0.5. Furthermore, durability and AST, so accelerated testing, is important. So we want to achieve the degradation smaller than 40 millivolts at 1 amps per centimeter square, which is defined by the AST guidelines from the Department of Energy in the US. Furthermore, it needs to be scalable and cost effective in terms of manufacturing. So it needs to be economical, scalable, and also adaptable to various sizes. So we can use it in multiple stack platforms. And as last, the requirement is so compatibility with multiple membranes. So we want to apply it to different membrane materials and thicknesses. Then we have some, let's say, desirable functional requirements, which are of course not hard requirements, but nice to have. So we want to have high production throughput, so enable high production speed, supporting rapid and efficient fabrication of CCMs to scale up fastly. The cross-platform applicability, so it should be adaptable for other electrical chemical technologies as well. And furthermore, the consistency of product quality. So it's important that there's an assurance of high uniformity and reproducibility. Then the pilot scope, it will be, if we look at the 3 criteria for that, so it's ethical, legal, and regulatory. The main, let's say, certification requirement is ROHS, so restriction of hazardous substances within the CCM. If we look at technological, so the CCMs will be tested at EH Group facilities. We have a huge test lab with multiple test benches going from half a kilowatt up to 300 kilowatt. Furthermore, we work together with our partners for outsourced testing, but also with universities like EPFL in Lausanne in Switzerland. And as last, data access, of course, all results of the durability and the performance will be made available to the supplier. If you could go to the next slide. So yeah, the objectives, the main objective is of course achieving an overall platinum loading of 0.25 or less across the CCM. So it's driven by ultra-low PT loading. And secondary objectives are high performance, of course. So we want to achieve ideally a cell voltage bigger than 0.7 at 2 amps per centimeter square on our standard test conditions. We will also do economical analysis of required pricing to compare it with the current available CCMs and pricings. And the impact is that we would have the availability of low platinum coated membranes for a cost-effective high performance fuel cells, which helps in the end to go to zero carbon emissions. Then if we look at the outcome, so there are 5 KPIs. So the platinum loading we want to achieve of 0.25 milligram per centimeter square. The performance, as mentioned before, in correlation with the durability. So we want to compare the degradation to beginning of life. The manufacturability, it's important that we can scale up and it's cost effective. So yeah, we're targeting smaller than $150 at the moment, which is, let's say, the reference pricing, which is at least a reduction of 10%. With a flexibility of production for various CCM sizes. And furthermore, it needs to be compatible, so it has to be able to apply to different membrane materials and thicknesses. And then, yeah, we will assess the performance and the durability during the pilot project, let's say, as part of the prepare, deploy, assess structure. During 6 months in our fuel cells. Then, yeah, the benefits. So yeah, we as EH Group focus on aviation, mining, marine, and stationary applications such as data centers. But of course, the technology could be used in automotive or other applications as well. If we then look at the sustainability plan, so yeah, by lowering the prices of the CCM, which is the heart of our technology, we can decrease the prices of our fuel cell stacks and system, and therefore sell more systems basically, and support the CO2 reduction. Yeah, the collaboration is important. So yeah, after a successful completion of the pilot project, we will of course evaluate the further possible collaboration, so long-term partnerships with the suppliers. So, and once, let's say, the proof of concept has been validated, we intend to purchase these CCMs to strengthen our supply chain. And as last, yeah, like mentioned before, these new CCMs should basically introduce more CO2 reduction. For example, yeah, the replacement of each diesel engine with a fuel cell will save up to 1 ton CO2 per megawatt hour. So yeah, the benefits for the suppliers, let's say, are since the CCM is the heart of our fuel cell, directly influencing performance and durability and cost. We are still reliant on external suppliers with slow innovation and rising costs. The challenge represents a huge opportunity. I think by working together, we can co-develop low platinum CCMs that are high performing, scalable, and cost effective. So yeah, we are seeking partners who are ready to collaborate with us to create the next generation of fuel cells. So yeah, let's combine our expertise and resources to make this innovation happen.
Yeah, we've arrived to the Q&A section, so now it's your time to shoot your questions again, either to Danny, to Ina, to Ricardo. So the floor is yours.
Yeah, hi guys. Again, me. One short question regarding the pricing. So you mentioned $150. Is it per specific size?
This is I think on top of my head, it's for a 300 centimeter square active area, but we have done a benchmark. I can give you the exact numbers, of course, afterwards. To put it more in percentage, which may be more easy, we want to at least realize a reduction of 10%.
Yeah, I mean, but for us also to calculate our own pricing, we need to know the.
No, of course, it's all related to the size, so I can come back to that. I think the 150 is 150 USD is related to 300 centimeter squared.
Yeah, thanks.
Wonderful. Well, in this case, I think we can close the session. And again, thank you so much for everyone for being here. And we will stay in touch via email. And hopefully this can lead into a matchmaking and an open call application and to a very nice submission at the end of the process. So again, thanks a lot and we'll keep in touch.